You know what they say, third time's the charm. This will be my final attempt at chocolate, and I advise you to watch my first 2 videos about this. Or maybe don't. You won't find anything, you'll just get some grainy paste frozen the second time. I'm done fermenting this frivolous fruit. I'm done baking these belligerent beans. I'm done crushing this catastrophic cocoa. But something within me tells me to continue, a feeling of incompleteness and the desire for content. But I don't want to deal with these shenanigans as much as I have in the past. So I bought a cocoa pod and went straight to work. Fermenting was unnecessary and risked mold, and it takes way too long. I harvested the beans from the pod, laid them on a tray, and baked them for a long time. You see, I did this late at night, so I couldn't finish baking until the next day without risking a fire while I slept. So, after I quickly burned my fingers, I put them in the fridge to finish baking the next day. I was greeted with a fire alarm. Okay, look, I can't find any evidence of the fire alarm, but I swear it happened. I'm not crazy. I actually swear I recorded it. My GoPro is gaslighting me. After some baking, my beans were ready to peel. And guess what? The peeling process wasn't as bad as the others. It was worse. I don't like this. Why am I doing this? After 3 days of work, which is during student testing, by the way. Oh my gosh, I got a piece of shell lodged in my thumb, aching during the monotonous testing environment. I'm off topic, aren't I? I blended up cocoa nibs to get cocoa powder and trapped it in a little baggie for future use. But this is all stuff you know, because you watched my 2 previous videos. Okay, time travel a couple months in the future. I'm now on vacation, and I'm much less angry at the chocolate situation. In fact, I'm enthusiastic. With my bag of cocoa powder, which I made with spite, some cocoa butter, which inflation has hit, and powdered sugar, which should be sold in smaller quantities, Carl and I were ready to make chocolate. I pieced together a recipe using various sources, heavily inspired by Miss G and Mr. He. Let's look at it together. I first weighed out 100 grams of cocoa powder, which was awfully convenient. Then I weighed out 14 grams of powdered sugar. Then I could weigh 50 grams of cocoa butter. But we have to thaw it out first. This may take a while. 15 minutes pass. It's still hard as a rock. 30 minutes pass, and we submerge it in warm water. 1 hour passes, and we just microwave it. Okay, now we have some powders and a blob of oily butter. You know, now that I'm writing the script, I'm wondering, what is cocoa butter anyway? Okay, Wikipedia says that it's a fat from cocoa beans. Once you get cocoa nibs, like I had, you could press them into chocolate liquor. You then squeeze them really hard to get cocoa butter. By the way, this is a tangent if you couldn't tell. How come when other people use cocoa butter, it looks so appetizing and perfect? Whenever I use cocoa butter, it looks gross and resembles fecal matter. For example, look at Miss G and Mr. He's article on this. Observe the beautiful cocoa butter. Its structure, mouth-watering. Its color, appetizing. Its texture, drool-worthy. Now look at my cocoa butter. Pretty big difference. We had to melt the buttery fat very carefully, so we used a double boiler system. I'm going to use Microsoft Paint to demonstrate how this works. The bottom pot has water in it. The top pot has a thing you want to melt. When you boil the water in the bottom pot, the steam heats up the top pot, warming it very gently so nothing burns. Okay, thank you for watching my amazing demonstration of a double boiler. So we used it to melt the cocoa butter, then we added it to our carefully saccharine sweet cocoa creation. We placed it into the blender and blended a lot. Here's my amazing footage of blending powders until it becomes a liquid. And more. And more. And more. Oh, wait, we didn't actually blend that much. I'm sure this will have absolutely no consequences. We quickly got to work tempering our mixture. So quick that I barely got any footage. Let me cook in Microsoft Paint. So, tempering is basically crystallizing chocolate. You see, untempered chocolate is soggy and depressing. Tempered chocolate is appetizing and snaps well. So, when you cool chocolate while stirring it, it organizes some molecules. Then, once you heat it, the rest of the molecules can organize too. So, when tempering chocolate, you are aligning the chocolate molecules to make it crunchy. So we did that. Pause the screen to read the exact numbers we used. Okay, now we could put the chocolate into the mold. It's pretty satisfying, and we used a bowl scraper because we overfilled some. At the store, I was thinking of getting bigger molds, but I stuck with the small ones because I thought we would have much less chocolate. Instead, I can lick the pots because we have so much excess. The mold I used here is composed of 3 shapes. We have the heart. The heart has little holes on the top, causing the chocolate to stick once solidified. We have the square. The square looks cool in my opinion. We have the egg. It's an egg. After 1 hour, I grabbed the mold from the fridge, took the chocolates out. The heart was difficult. Placed them on a pretty glass plate and ate them. Here is my opinion. I'll have the square. So.
Is it chocolatey goodness?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Don't put it back on the plate with the rest of them.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it'd crunch that. It's like, oh my gosh, that's so crunchy. Alright, it's like the perfect amount of sweetness. Yes, it's grainy inside, but like, I could just pretend that was on purpose. Okay, thanks for watching my amazing chocolate journey. Everything went well, except how grainy my chocolate was. Apparently, not blending enough had consequences after all. At least a temporary, the second I leave it out of the fridge with an untempered piece of